Hello all and welcome back to my channel. As we know, I like to go by Honeybee, and this channel is dedicated to peace, serenity, and harmony, where every Wednesday I'll do a video of 3 self-written poems by me, and I'll just talk a little bit about what that poem means to me and why I wrote it. So let's just go ahead and get into the 3 poems that I have for you this evening. The first poem for the evening is titled The Proof of God. Bearing a child is a beautiful thing. It's a whole human life that just blessed the scene. Now some may say scientists already explained this meaning, but I say only something so mysterious can know the true meaning. In a nutshell, this poem was written. This is my way of expressing or bringing to light what God said in His Word. You know that I am real by my creation. And it doesn't necessarily have to just be the creation of the world, the earth, the moon. If you break it down to something very personal, you can, and that's why this is why I wrote this one. I broke it down to something more personal. And in that personal thinking, you realize what all comes with having a human life inside of you. And then not only that, I remember thinking to myself, because I breastfed my daughter, and I remember thinking, what if I didn't have the money to buy something? Like, I'm choosing not to buy it, but what if I didn't have the money to buy it? All I had was enough money to buy me something to eat, and I watch what I'm eating, and therefore I breastfed my daughter. And to me, the thought of if I was forced in that situation, I found so much peace and gratitude and gratefulness and understanding and like enlightenment in the fact that I can literally feed her from my body. You know, that meant so much to me. That was really deep for me. And I remember not a little while later. It was maybe like, I shouldn't say a little while. It was maybe about 2 years or so, maybe longer than that. But I remember God telling me or showing me in His Word where He says, "You know I'm real by my creation." And it not only am I thinking about, like I said, the stars, the universe, all of this, but it made me really think about back to how I felt a few years back when my daughter was a newborn, and it was amazing, And God also says, when I say something, I tell you how it's real, or I show you how it's real. And to me, this is just a prime example of how He shows that statement to be real. So that was the background on that one. And then we're just going to jump into the next poem of the evening. And the second poem for the evening is dedicated to my daughter. You make me laugh, you make me smile. You tickle my feet and it drives me wild. You make me laugh, you make me smile. You're my baby, my sweet child. I really just wrote this from being inspired by my gift, and I wanted to write something for her in particular. I wanted to use my gift for her, in other words. So that's really where this poem originated from, why I ended up writing it. And I hope, others find joy in it. I remember reading it to my daughter, and she thought it was just like so cute because she tickles my feet all the time. So anyways, that was the background of that poem, and then we're gonna just move into the last poem of the evening. And the last poem for tonight is titled A Child's Thoughts. Now, I will say before I do this poem, this is more of a open-minded kind of poem when it comes to the sense of humor and dealing with children. So I do hope you like it and you don't take offense to it, and I hope it's funny to you. Okay. Yesterday, around the wee hours at night, my daughter comes to my room with tears in her eyes. She's standing over me, thinking I don't see. I shouted, "What your ass doing?" Then she stopped and froze. She said, "I needed to see if you were truly asleep, 'cause all that shit you've been talking is starting to get to me." See, me and my friends were talking at recess today, and we decided we would leave our parents a treat and see what they say. I said, "Girl, get out of here talking to me, and you keep this up, in this bed you'll never sleep." She said, "Well, that's cool with me, because I already peed. Do you feel the puddle beneath your feet?" Um, I wrote this poem. I'm so sorry. It's really, it tickles me so bad every time I read it. But I wrote this poem really because I feel like a lot of times as adults and stuff, I feel like a lot of times I see where people tend to push their kids' feelings to the side. And I'm not saying this is something that's done intentional. I'm not saying this is something that's done out of abuse or neglect. I just see it so often. And I even remember going through a time where I did that. And I just wrote this poem because I'm just thinking about, the child's perspective of these things that's going on, and someone being, kind of, I know a lot of times things are because of disciplinary actions, right? But I'm not really speaking on things of that. I'm speaking of things where, well, and then I guess I am also speaking on those things too, because I feel like at the end of the day, we should all be able to just talk to our children. The child cannot help the fact that they're a child. They can't help that they don't pay bills, they don't make money. They can't help all these things. And if you're not careful, you can hold that child accountable for not picking up their slack, so to speak. And, it sounds odd to say because it is something that's crazy and it's absurd at the end of the day. But a lot of these things I learned in my, when I was going to school for psychology, I learned a lot of this stuff really is because sometimes parents don't, they may be dealing with stress issues, stress, maybe financial, or it could be health, it could be all different things. They're dealing with these issues and they're still trying to see how they're going to take care of their child and provide what the child doesn't need, what the child does need. Make sure the child is overall happy in their life. And the stress of that can sometimes cause us to maybe say things and slip up, and say something to the child that we don't mean, something to the child that's in an emotional state, something to the child that's really not even meant for the child, it's meant for someone else, but it's just the heat of that moment. And I just want to make sure I wrote this poem really just to say, I want something to ground me. And, if you feel the same way, something to help ground you, to always be mindful of the state of mind that we're in and make sure we're not causing an environment to our child that would make them want to act out in, in the way in which I express in my poems, or in more drastic, serious ways, running away, not wanting to be here, being disrespectful, maybe being violent. Different things can end up taking place, okay? The child can express their hurt in a lot of different ways, but ultimately that's the background of this poem and why I wrote it and what it meant to me. So that's it for this evening, or tonight rather. I do hope you like my poems. Like always, please let me know which one was your favorite. Please let me know if they were too long or too short. I know these maybe were more so shorter than my last two videos. I don't want, remember this channel is for peace, serenity, and harmony. So I don't want anyone to feel like I'm always trying to preach, so to speak. I wanted to do something that was kind of light and joyful. Now, granted, my last one was a little bit heavy, but I still wanted to do something that was a little bit light and funny. So I don't want anyone to think this channel is all about, maybe being so serious and so strict or anything like that. But yes, please let me know which one was your favorite, which one was your least favorite. Let me know any constructive criticism that you may have. Okay, and that's it for tonight, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.